tell me, you're still relatively new to XCW, but coming up through the ranks, making a big name for yourself awfully fast. But I gotta ask you, just right off the top of my head, who is your favorite XCW superstar to watch?
Well, to be honest with you, James King, I'd have to say Grim Reaper. I mean, that guy is pretty funny. He's hilarious.
Certainly a fan favorite, gets the crowd worked up into a frenzy. So, now I know you haven't had a chance to work with many here, but what superstar do you most like to work with?
I mean, I know me and this guy's had problems, but I'm gonna have to say Cena Chris Jones. He knows what he's doing. He's got his moves down. I couldn't ask for a better opponent.
He's certainly one of the most talented superstars in the company,
yeah.
as we all seen at the awards show last year. So, now you've seen the history, you've seen previous shows before you came to the company.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what was the greatest XCW show in history?
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of shows, but I mean, I was there for a few. But I'm gonna have to say the one where Cynical and Fletch was battling it off when Fletch went through a flame table and got us kicked in the balls. That was pretty funny too. So.
Yeah, Fletcher certainly puts by to a lot of punishment in the history of this company. All right, well, certainly a great show on that one himself, but let me ask you this, how did you get your start in XCW?
All I have to do is just thank one person. That would be the founder of XCW is Josh Fletcher.
He certainly recruited many talented profiles in the company.
Yeah.
Now we talk about the best a lot, but in your opinion, what was the worst XCW show in history?
I really haven't seen one yet, James King. Just to be honest with you, I really haven't seen one yet.
Well, then, okay. What was your biggest moment in XCW?
Is when I eliminated 4 legends. Just like that.
It certainly puts you through the ranks. Now, with that in mind, what was the turning point in your career?
When I became a heel.
All right. So then, as you know, I mean, everybody here is professionals, however, accidents do happen. With that in mind, what was the worst injury you've sustained?
It was during practice when Brandon Hardcore Hobbs did a jump off of a truck onto my knee, and I still have problems with it to this day, but I don't think it's going to be a problem with any show.
Well, it certainly didn't affect your power when we seen you lift Fletch off his feet.
Yeah, I thought I slipped a disc. No, don't tell him that.
Well, now you've seen the shows, you've seen the wrestlers. What was the worst injury you have ever seen in this company?
Oh, that has to be Chris Jones getting hit in the face with a light bulb. I mean, I knew I was in absence. I was working, and I wouldn't say it'd be my fault, but Chris did take a really bad injury on that.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people out there would agree with you. He did receive medical. He finished the match first.
Mm-hmm.
He's the true wrestler that he is, and he did receive medical attention where they glued his face back together. He was out of commission for the rest of that show.
Okay.
All right. Now, injuries are possible. I mean, there are times, see, the fatigue gets to you, and, you know, there's times where you just have to ask yourself, is it worth it? So was there ever a time when you just wanted to quit?
To be honest with you, yeah. When we were training, when we had to run,
I believe the cameraman back there had a little too much to drink. No problem, technical difficulties.
Okay. Well, I think it had to be when we had to run. They kept pushing me. I mean, it was to the point where I just wanted to say, you know, fuck it all. You know, I can't do it, but you know what? I appreciate every guy out there that was training me. They pushed me to where I can be the best I can, and that's where it got me. You know, I'm at the top.
All right. Now, we have seen some crazy characters in XCW. I mean, we have Reefer, we have LOL, I mean, we have sick demented people like the Dark Angel Nightmare, Dead Darkness, Eternal Darkness, Devil. What, in your opinion, was the worst gimmick that you've ever seen in this company's history?
I'd To be honest with you, I think like as a costume character, or
Just the worst gimmick. I mean, it could be any gimmick.
I'd have to say Rob Slater, man.
The essential one?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's one of the, was one of the best, superstars in this company, but he didn't really do anything for me. He didn't bring me up to the top where I wanted to be. He was just putting me down, and I think that's just one of the worst characters, man. He didn't prove himself.
Well, may not have a chance to. I mean, Rob Slater sustaining that injury and unable to compete in this company anymore.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, in your opinion, then, what was the best gimmick?
Reefer.
Grim Reaper again.
Yeah,
He certainly is.
The guy's funny, man. I have nothing else to say. The guy's hilarious. He's funny as hell.
He certainly is what the fans love in this company. So you've had some big matches. You certainly got a big match coming up. So what do you do to prepare for a match?
I pray. I pray for not alone myself, but I pray for my opponent to where injury is sustained, and just like with the injury TDC, I still pray for his room until this day, which that should have never happened. But like I said, I pray for me and my opponent to where matches.
So do you have any pre-match rituals you go through?
Just pray.
All right. Now this next question, I'm sure you can see the humor in this. Of all the big guys we have in this company, who gave you the worst chop?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say Fletch, man. It was unexpected. I wasn't ready. I kind of deserved it because I just leave it at that, man. But he chopped me hard. I couldn't even breathe.
Fletch certainly has some big hands on him. He's not a small guy.
Hell no, he's not.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we see a lot of high-flying talent profile out here. Who, in your opinion, has the best finishing move?
Well, other than myself, I'm gonna have to say Fletch.
Yeah.
With the
suicide effect.
Yeah, that's one that hurts. Yeah, but it's got to be one of the best ones, man, other than mine. So.
All right. Now, we all seen them on TV, the pro wrestlers, WCW, WWE. What pro wrestler were you most influenced by?
I'm gonna have to say Billy Kidman. With the shooting star press, man, and he was on it, man. That's all you can say is, I hate to say this, but he's just like Chris Jones, man. Like he gives all he has.
Billy Kidman's certainly a talented man in the company back then.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jones, he was slowly coming up. Now he's probably at the top of his game right now.
I would say so.
So then, with that in mind, what is your favorite concept match?
Well, I've only had one, and that would have to be the ladder match that me, Brent Hardcore Hobbs, Jay Banks, and Psychor had.
All right. Now, you speak of Hardcore Hobbs, and we're certainly in the land of extreme in XCW, not to rip any company off. But with that in mind, what was the hardest weapon shot you have ever received?
That'd have to be the ladder that Psychor hit me with. That hurt bad.
Luckily no injury was sustained though off of that.
I had a couple bumps, yeah.
So, where do you think your wrestling career will be 6 months from now?
Well, I think my wrestling career would be in 6 months is where I would either become the XCW champion or the international champion.
All right. Now, you're certainly one among this next question I'm about to ask you. Who, in your opinion, is the biggest rising star?
Well, like how you said, other than myself, I'm going to have to say Corey Lee.
Corey Lee's certainly a high flyer. He's really a talented young man.
Yes, he is. He's actually stepped it up. When he first started off, he was kind of skittish, camera shy, but he gave it all he got, man, and he's doing a real good job.
And I'm sure there's a lot out there that would agree with you. So, you were Tommy the Man Merriman.
That's right.
But in your opinion, who has the best nickname?
I'm gonna have to say cynical, man. I mean, knowing that he spells it wrong, but
Purposefully.
it's a good one.
So, we have the award show coming up here in a couple months. Who do you think should be in the XCW Hall of Fame?
Well, I'm gonna have to say cynical. C-Unit Chris Jones, the Fletch, and
You were that C and Chris Jones and Fletch are already in the Hall of Fame.
well, I mean, I hope they stay there, man. I mean, they're this company, and I just hope I get there one day.
So, what entrance do you come out to that most hypes you up the most? Gets the adrenaline just flowing, ready for a great match?
It's the only one I have. It's Kill Switch, Man of Heartache. That's what Tommy the Man of Merriman is, man. Man of Heartache.
Now, we see good guys, bad guys, fan favorites, and non-fan favorites. What would you rather play, a face or a heel?
I'm gonna have to say heel, man, because it's a lot funner.
I'm sure a lot would agree with you there. So, when you first started in XCW, were you camera shy at all?
Not at all.
Weren't even a little nervous that you might mess up on camera or anything?
Not at all. Because I know if I mess up, then I know later on down the road I can look back on the tape and prove my mistakes.
All right. So what wrestling experience did you have before your start in XCW?
I wouldn't say actual, wrestling, but I was in wrestling in high school. But that's just like the only experience I had. And like I said, the former, champ, international champ, the founder of XCW just trained me well.
So, well, I was about to ask who you trained by, but you just answered that one.
Josh Fletcher.
So, in this company's long illustrious history, what was the best trio in XCW history?
I'm gonna have to say Cynical, Hazard, and DTC. The Canadian Army.
Correction to the Canadian Army, yes.
Canadian Army.
Now, this next question may be a little on the personal level here. I mean, granted, in the company growing as big as this, there's certainly heads are going to butt, ideas are going to clash against each other. Who in XCW did you or do you personally not like?
There's only one man, and I know that he's not in the company anymore, but that was Rob Slater, man. He had no idea what the hell he was doing. I mean, he just might have a name, but he will never be anything to me.
So, like we're talking about the company's history here, what was the greatest storyline in XCW history?
I'm gonna have to say, like I said, I haven't been in the company that long, but I'm gonna have to say mine and Chris Jones.
It was certainly becoming one of the most heated ones quickly.
You're telling me.
Which brings me to my next question. What was the greatest XCW feud?
Well, like I said, I haven't seen many, man, but I guarantee you, James King, that the best feud will be me and C-Unit Chris Jones.
All right. Now, in the years of XCW, they performed by Mickey's T-Mart, they performed on Cheney Avenue, they performed on many different locations and places.
Mm-hmm.
What was the best XCW location was ever performed in?
I'm gonna have to say our current one at Eddie and Chester Luther's house.
Yeah, certainly a lot of space with a nice storage shed in the back.
Oh yeah, a lot of space.
So what kind of legacy do you think you'll leave behind in this company?
The legacy I'm gonna leave is I'm gonna be one of the best wrestlers that XCW has ever had.
Yeah, certainly a big dream to fulfill.
It'll come true.
Okay, well, speaking of legacy, what kind of legacy do you think XCW itself will leave behind?
That XCW will leave, NEW has, knowing that they're pro, man, they have nothing on us because we bust our ass to make people entertained, and that's many years on to come.
Now, on a more personal note, what impact did XCW make on your life?
Well, on the impact it made me, man, it made me stronger, it made me more fit, and new friends, man.
Which brings me to my next question here. What was the best thing that came out of the company?
More fans, more people going to the website, and that's pretty much it, man. I mean, a lot of people are like, tuning in, and they just love the show.
And the best thing for yourself personally?
Is that I keep busting my ass and be one of the biggest names in this company.
So, in that same frame of mind, what is your proudest XCW achievement thus far?
Beating 4 legends in XCW.
Well, certainly you're fairly new here, everybody knows your name. But I gotta ask you, where did you come up with your wrestling name and gimmick?
I'm gonna have to say Josh Fletcher. He's done everything for me, man. He taught me to be more competitive, stronger about myself. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, before I came into the company, I mean, I wasn't nothing, nobody knew me. But Fletcher has made me a name, and so everybody knows me by.
Josh Fletcher is certainly the driving force behind this company. Which brings me to my last question. It's on a personal level to all wrestlers, too. What do you think about people who say wrestling is fake?
Well, I got one thing to say to those people right there. If you think it's fake, step in the ring with me, the Fletch, the Icon, Cynical, anybody. We'll show you it's not fake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm James Thunderfist Keen. This has been a free time interview with Tommy the Man Merriman. Catch him live for the belt against C-Unit Chris Jones at Halloween Havoc. Thank you.